What is up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking onto the video. You know what's great about today? Everything. Pretty much everything is great about today. I mean, nothing like spectacular happened. It was just, you know, I went to work, I came home, I drank some water, and I ate some food, and here I am talking to a camera, but that's pretty cool. I was like, how are we gonna start this video off? And I was like, I don't have anything to complain about, so it must be a great day. I hope you guys are having a great one. You're looking great, for sure. Did you just get a new haircut? Are those new contacts? I mean, you guys are rock stars. Anyway, we're going to talk about meal prep today. Get a lot of questions on this. We have not addressed this in a while. So there's really two main reasons that I meal prep personally. Time and money. You guys know I'm pretty cheap, so I like to save money whenever I can. Obviously, making and bringing your own food is going to be a little bit cheaper than going out. And also time. I mean, if you're in college, to walk off campus or to walk anywhere really and have to go buy food and bring it back, it's gonna take a little bit more time. Same at work. If you wanna leave for lunch, by the time you drive there, wait in line, and get back, you're gonna have to take at least an hour lunch break. Sometimes I only wanna take 15 minutes. Sometimes I wanna take 20 minutes. Sometimes I don't wanna take a lunch break. I'm a busy guy. So we are going to alleviate all of that, and you'll see when I meal prep, it's gonna be cheap, it's gonna be very, very easy, and it's gonna be very consistent and usually the same thing every single day, but with a little bit of variation here and there. So you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, overnight oats are like my saving grace, and it's so simple. $80 grams of oats, that is what I always go with. That's the perfect spot for me, but you guys can adjust it to whatever your macronutrient needs are, whatever fills you up, whatever you want. You guys can customize all of this. That is the beauty of it. So in the glass bowls, I will make overnight oats. In the plastic bowls, I'll just make typical oatmeal where the only thing I will add is protein powder. And the only difference is I will eat overnight oats on my workout days, and on my rest days, I'll have the warm oatmeal just to switch it up a little bit, and also because on my rest days, I'll take the 3 minutes to warm this up in the microwave. But I'm telling you, on the days I go to the gym, I'm sprinting. I'm a crazy man. It's a busy morning, so every minute counts. Now let's start with this first, because this is super simple. I add 50 grams of PES protein, and as you can see, I switch up the flavors. There's so many different ones to choose from. I love them all, and it's always like a surprise, so it's nice, and that's really what helps keep things fresh. So I'll mix and match every single week, and that is how we make the warm oatmeal, and I can just store this and then heat it up before I go into work. For this, it's a few more ingredients for the overnight oats, but this is probably my personal favorite. For the overnight oats, we're only gonna add 1 serving of protein powder, just because we will add other things that have protein in them. So what I will do is I will select a flavor again, and I will select the best, by the way. And if you didn't know, you can always save 30% using Travis at pescience.com. Just in case you hadn't heard yet. I'm just looking out for you. So I will pick a flavor, I will go with that, but regardless of the flavor, I will usually then add 1/2 serving of Greek yogurt, which I think tastes like poison, but in overnight oats, it is delicious. It adds a great consistency, and then I'll either do a 1/2 serving or full serving of almond milk. Some other things that I will sometimes add: applesauce, cocoa powder, PB2. You can really mix and match almost anything in this. It is fantastic. There's so many different recipes, and that is why I love it. Also, when you put it in the refrigerator overnight, it thickens up. It adds a lot of volume, so it keeps you full throughout the day. This stuff is so delicious, and the fact that it's one of the few foods that will make me feel good in the morning, and I'm just like ready to go. It's like my power food.
Dreamer, I'm a believer. You never doubted me, girl, and I didn't either. Let's go get away. Yeah, oh, you know you're so bad, baby. Down to earth, but you're so high class, baby. Gucci shades, but you never ever act shady. You've been played, but that's all in the past, baby.
I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but I'm buying decaf coffee just because I've been drinking way too much caffeine, and I love the taste of coffee. So this is what my life has come down to.
You got me turned on on my off days. To tell the truth, I don't think we'll ever part ways.
So what we're gonna do is put a cup of egg beaters in each one of these measuring cups, and then we are actually gonna add a 1/2 scoop of Snickerdoodle PES protein to each one of them.
Broken heart, but I got you all fixed up. Late nights when I drinks all mixed up. Yeah, and I know your ex slipped up, but I'm on your side. Now and I feel my.
And the topping might be a bit strange to some of you guys, but if you know, you know.
I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin.
Shout out to Rich Homie Jordan for the protein crepe recipe, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how well it turned out for the first time. See, if I follow other people's recipes, I usually don't mess up too bad.
You got my heart beating. You make me feel like I'm
our bike ride.
Most people think of meal prep, I think they automatically think of chicken breast, but what I will recommend to you guys is pick up chicken thighs. It has a little bit more fat in it, but it is definitely worth it, especially when you go to reheat this stuff, because chicken breast just gets dry and disgusting and becomes inedible after a while. So I like to get that, and what I will do is, I know I get a lot of questions on should you weigh it raw or cooked, so what I will do, because technically you should weigh it raw, but I don't feel like touching all that raw chicken, so I'm only going to weigh one piece, and I will show you why.
I'm a dreamer, I'm a believer. I'm living my life, it couldn't get any sweeter.
This is a piece of chicken I'm going to keep an eye on. It weighed in at 4.8 ounces raw. So once it cooks, I will see what it weighed down to, and then I will use that same divider for every single piece. This is the best part. Not only do we get to meal prep, we get to do some math. I know you guys love math. I'm looking through my calendar trying to figure out how many of these chicken lunches I'm going to need next week. It looks like Monday is the only day I'm going to need it. Tuesday, I have a lunch planned. Wednesday, I'm going out to lunch with a coworker. Thursday, I'm going to be running out to get a haircut. So I kind of divide my life into lunchtime versus non-lunchtime activities. So if there's things I can fit within that hour, then I will absolutely take advantage of that if time permits. So when that happens, I don't want to waste any time trying to warm up food. I want to have something that I can just eat easily while I drive. So this is not the best example of meal prep, but this is just an example of something that I utilize at least once or twice a week. And it's just a lunch meat sandwich, some crackers, and a protein bar. And I don't know why. It's just simple for me. I don't really recommend it. It's very processed. It's not the best thing for you, I'm sure, but it's just life, you know, and that's what happens. And then Friday, I also have a lunch meeting planned, so I'm only gonna need one of these, which is why I'm gonna be able to utilize the freezer, so this stuff will stay good for at least a few weeks. All right, so it's almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and get my test subject off of here. Before we cooked it, it weighed 4.8 ounces, and now after it's cooked, it only weighs 3.4. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna say 4.8 divided by 3.4 equals 1.41. Remember that number. This is just gonna be personal preference, but for me, I'm gonna want 2 servings or 8 ounces raw every day of chicken thighs for lunch. But since it's already cooked, what I'm gonna do is just divide 8 by 1.41, that number that I just found. It's gonna be roughly 5.6. So in each of these baggies I'm gonna prepare, it's gonna be 5.6 ounces of cooked chicken. Am I losing anybody yet?
All I ever wanted was to have a little fun when the sun goes down. Came a long way from the shy days. Now I gotta go show the whole world what I'm about. I show love and I make love. All I did was...
The reason I put all these in baggies is just because I don't have a whole lot of room in the freezer. I eat a lot of ice cream, so this doesn't take up much room at all. All I do is throw them in there, and then I'll grab and go as I need. So if I know I need lunch next day, I'll take this out of the freezer, and that's the hardest part, getting your protein down. And really from there, you can add anything you want. What I'm probably gonna do is add a serving of each of these, black beans and corn. I got the reduced salt, but you can really do anything that your little heart desires. It doesn't have to be that hard. This was $10 in total. It took me, I don't know, an hour including filming, so not too bad at all. Don't overthink it, guys.
When you gonna learn. Just like it when it hurt.
Quick salad hack for you guys. If you don't want to waste any calories on dressing, what you can do is pick up something 0 calorie, maybe from Walden Farms, but be careful. Most of these things are disgusting. This one is not too bad. It's really meant for a sandwich spread, but it's pretty good. And then we're going to do some Chipotle seasoning. If you put it on there, it goes a long way. This is probably the least aesthetic meal I've ever made in my entire life. Purple cauliflower rice and chicken thighs. Surprisingly, it doesn't taste too bad. It gives you a ton of volume. That's all I was worried about. And we got some broccoli. Nothing too exciting. A lot of you recommended I start watching Stranger Things. I watched it for like 5 minutes. That show is way too creepy for me. You guys are going to give me freaking nightmares, man. I'll turn it back on to Limitless. I can't handle that. The absolute best way to end the day. So I'm gonna head to bed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want more meal prep videos, let me know. I know this was nothing earth-shattering, but hopefully it just gave you some different ideas. And that's really gonna do it. So thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything. You chose to spend a few minutes with me. It's pretty awesome. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. You made it to this point, you had to have liked something, and that really does help me out a lot. I look forward to talking to you guys next time.